Hey, thank you very much for waiting. We are back at it again.
Yeah.
Ready to jump into game 2. It's going to be Miramar now. We just saw, finally, Tornado Energy coming back in to this 4 chicken dinner party with the likes of YMCA. Now it's going to be interesting to see who can dominate on Miramar. I know that Unity love Miramar. Are they going to come out on top? We'll have to wait and see. But here it is, the overall standings. We're almost about to break through the 200-point mark for Tornado Energy. Only 1 point needed. That's going to be really close. And they are now almost 30 points, 29 points away from Milky Way, just in second position. That is huge for them.
It is. The biggest improvement was, not biggest improvement, but last crew.
Yeah.
Getting that high amount of points, 12 in total in that last game. All that's done is not only put them closer to the likes of YMCA and 3D Max, but it's also created a nice point difference between them and InsideGames and Katana in 7th and 8th respectively. So they're 20 points ahead of InsideGames. They're like 22 points ahead of Katana. But quick math, they got 7 points in the last game. They've gotten closer to Katana. DOS Pilots, they moved up a position. And you might go, okay, but it's only 14th to 13th. Every single point in every single position movement counts, because DOS Pilots, they got, I believe it was 9 points in that last game. Their average points per game up until that was 3.85. So in one game, they nearly tripled their average points per game. So it's that heavy improvement that they need, but they have to do every single game, Maxwell.
Yeah, consistency is the name of the game, as we have a really central plane here on Miramar. Going to be working out pretty well for most of the teams. Maybe not the teams that like to drop really down south. So Rewap, they like to go for that kind of location normally. Seem like they will have a little bit of a struggle. Same for Katana. They always go for the likes of Campo Militar and Tierra Bronca. So that might be a little bit faster. They're going to change that up, find a different drop-in location they can actually work with. Maybe Crater Fields, even though who the hell drops in Crater Field. Cabrera, that's maybe a location they're going to try and aim for. And nothing too out of the ordinary. Also quick math for San Martin, Unity for Hacienda del Patron. Like nothing too out of the ordinary once again.
It's just going to be these teams trying to hold down to a high ground position, seeing where the circle is, spreading out in a nice location that they are able to provide vision, communication, awareness of where they are. And then, of course, if they get the chance to frag out, they get a chance to frag out. A lot of these teams we know will look to head into kind of central locations of these circles, maybe occupy compound. It's going to be really important for the likes of DOS Pilots, HeartShift, Rewap, Ferrari, Breach, that they play a little bit safer, secure a couple of frags then when they can, but still be aware that where they're currently standing in the overall positions, when they get taken out early, it's not helping them at all.
And you saw that very northern shift of the circle on phase 1. About like, what, 1/5 of the circle is out of boundaries. So it's going to be a little bit smaller, but still, because you are on Miramar, that's still easily enough room for these teams to work with. So I'm not really stressing it out too much. They still got a lot of nice, easy entry points.
And like most likely in kind of phase 2, 3 down below, we'll see it shift down south. Yeah. It's a matter of will it shift kind of southwest or southeast. That's why I think the kind of the mountain side where that's in the center circle where Nixtys from 4 Angry Kids is located is a really solid position to hold on to, because not only is it high ground, not only is it center circle, but it's center circle enough that when the circle shifts down south, you're still generally safe even if it shifts southwest or southeast. That's the way I'm looking at it, at least. Of course, these teams, they know what they're doing. They know where they like to position themselves. They have the intel. They just have to stay mentally strong, hold on to what they know they can perform, how they can perform, get the points where it counts.
As you pan over to Katana, team that last game had a bunch of fights they got involved with. Unfortunately, they didn't get very, very far in the late games. No, a little bit unfortunate for them. Let's hope it goes better here on Miramar. But they're on Cabrera. Pretty good location. Pretty sure it's going to be in the next circle. So they got a nice, easy early game coming their way, unless they do get breached. But really, Cabrera is just so big, can easily have 2 teams. So if a breach does come on through, they can just relocate a little bit back as a 4-man squad and take their time over there. Also, San Martin, that is a location that is also in circle. Pretty sure. Actually, it might be in circle. It might be. So definitely something you want to keep in mind. I would love to have San Martin finish, just like we had a El Pozo finish.
Oh man, the El Pozo
I would love to see that one.
Oh, boy.
It was a
Still,
hell of a cast.
I've watched that back a couple of times, and I've just been, man, I loved it. I loved every single second of those final couple of phases, and all the teams out were doing their best to make their way down into El Bozo. It was crazy.
That was Group B. How would Group A deal with that?
Yeah, I know. But now, Sakura from YMCA looking to take shots at Stellar. Celis just making his way through in that buggy. Nothing really lost. He'll survive. It's just a kind of a 1v1 encounter.
Yeah, they're going to try and make it up. This is the location they normally work with. This time is not in circle, so they're going to have to try and rotate early on. Nothing too much happening. A few rotations going to be happening from actually quite a few teams, getting pretty central in the map, high up north. If you do want to check out once again the map stream, exclamation point map in the chat. We'll be having a link to go and check out the map stream of PEL to know where all your favorite teams are now located. And you can see all the mayhem happening on Miramar at this point. A few teams might be clashing early.
Yeah, it's going to be
Lost the wheel.
tough.
Michael Bay again.
And Salonzo does secure a kill under Northrest of 4 Anchor Kids, putting 4 Anchor Kids who are a little bit separated, a little bit split up, and that's not the best in the central circle area of Miramar. I'm all for kind of spreading out, but you spread out when you're really confident of your position. You're still close enough together that when an opponent fires shots off at you, you're able to respond as a squad. But you don't split yourself up in that manner. You pay the price, especially driving through in the vehicle. And yeah, 4 Anchor Kids down to 3 players. 3D Max making their way through. They're inside circle. They're looking for the high ground. This is what we love to see in Miramar. It's such a calculated, easy play. Also, more importantly, in 4 vehicles. Vehicles are so important in Miramar, Maxon.
As quick math, they're going to get a little bit back closer together. They have the high ground. They do spot out DOS Pilot. But this fight, even though if they do want to make it to the compound, like, they got a big area to deal with. So it can get a little bit risky, but 2 teams actually have a nice angle on top of DOS Pilot.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. DOS Pilots, they have a compound. They should be able to play safe and not look to really peak too much. But as we saw, Unity, I believe it is, and Tornado Energy, first place and third place overall. Those 2 teams are like the least 2 teams you want firing shots off at you. So yeah, DOS Pilots should look to just play safe.
Just battle off knocks at that point.
Well, you just don't want to waste your utility if you get knocked, right? You don't want to waste your med kits because med kits are so important in every map. Of course, especially Miramar, because it's kind of so open. So if you want to heal up, you have to do super quick, and you want to make sure you are as kitted out as possible getting into these final couple of phases. But phase 1, Blue Zone starting to move in. You still have a good few teams outside the circle. HeartShift just making their way through. Milky Way on the southeast side, just heading into the circle. You have InsideGames and LXG still in Los Leonas, not inside circle, and Stellar, who are in a 2-1 split, a 3-1 split, my apologies, from the southwest and the southeast side, as well as Rewap.
Last crew, be careful. Kamika gonna be the one member that's always a little bit out of position, might get taken out, but though, what is it with LXG and dying in cars? It's like it's a fashion just coming on through. LXG losing that extra member. It's going to be NLXC out of the board. They got flushed out in 16th position last game. After not the best of start spirit, as you said, the Blue Zone going to be coming on through. LXG and InsideGames going to be the 2 teams remaining. Got to be actually really, really far away. Same for Rewap. This is actually also pretty far off. So they're going to have to try and make it through. Stellar and Rewap, they're getting really closer to each other on the west side. And it also so split at this point. So this can get pretty scary on that rotation. You can also see Cars actually on the west side. He actually got out to try and shut down that rotation because he knows that Guess Who and some members of Rewap are coming their way. He's going to try and take a few shots and quite connect on top of Guess Who.
There you go.
Yeah.
We did see
Kamka
from Katana getting knocked down at the hands of last crew. That's going to put Katana in a 3-man situation going into these circles. And of course, another point going over the last crew. It's better than kicking the face at the start of this game as we're only 8 minutes in. This Kaz potentially going to catch out Magebane from Bebop. But I kind of think both teams are in the situation where they kind of don't want to engage with each other. Kind of going hey, look, guys, you know, why hurt ourselves? Let's just kind of get in the circle together.
It's a truce.
We'll fight then. Yeah, like, you know, white flag, surrender. Let's just, you know, not surrender, but just, you know, yeah. There you go. You know, we surrender, you know? What's that?
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
We give you all the baguettes. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But Katana Azran looking for shots off in Milky Way down the bottom of the hill in the compound across the road, but very well protected as this phase 2 circle still actually goes far more north than I expected. That's unusual. It's different. Katana as a 3-man team don't have the worst position in the world, but they could face pressure from teams closing in on the center circle. Last crew realizing that they have kind of center circle, so now they're going together as a 4-man team, which is so important, makes sense. But all these teams like the 3D Max, Ferrari Beach, YMCA, and DOS Pilots, they all have to try and find a way into a more central location in a circle without engaging in each other.
The car's just going without him. I love it.
It's saving gas.
That is Mjyoh. I guess you are saving gas. I guess that one.
Of course.
A little bit unfortunate though. DP going to be rolling over Mans and DP.
It was because of shots that came out from Katana.
They had to get out of the car. The car's burning. It was going to explode. It was a question of time. Car exploded. Shut down by Katana. There you go. Unfortunate for Milky Way. Late rotations can get a little bit scary if it is a circle like we have right now. And now a few shots once again. DOS Pilot. They find Ferrari Breach to rotate it away from Picardo. Really long rotation to make it through. Car explodes. There you go. But the last member, Washout, should be able to join it. It's fuming though, right in that pole, and this might be the end as DOS Pilot not giving him any room to breathe. They'll explode, and yeah, that's going to put Ferrari Breach down to now 3 members. I think he lost the wheel, and that's what like kind of drove him in the pole there. Unfortunate.
Going for the wheels of the vehicles in Miramar is such a wise choice because it just burns them out and it slows them down. You're able to get it, but Maxi Zor gets another kill onto Milky Way. DP going down. That's going to be Milky Way down to 2 members inside the kind of central east location of the circle. It's quick math. Being faced against HeartShift, Kowo, and mjyoh. Just kind of realizing, nah, it's not really worth it, guys. Let's just leave it. Let's just exit. Let's just make it our way through and find a better location for ourselves.
Are we gonna have an Oasis finish? I've never seen an Oasis finish.
I've never seen a finish this so centrally north of the map. Like I've seen it kind of north, west and northeast, but I've never seen it this kind of ending. So it's crazy. It's cool. It's Miramar, baby.
Heck yeah. It's gonna be interesting how these teams do cope with this shift. 3D Max, they got through the high grounds. They got through that harsh terrain. And now they got the compound of their own. They should be fine for the next few minutes. They're also encircled, pretty good relocation overall. They got a nice amount of visibility on this area. As they do get scattered in the distance by Tornado Energy, they're going to try and find a few bullets, just trying to reduce that utility on their side, but it should be just okay. Stella, they're trying to make it through, but unfortunately, Celis will be knocked down by Quick Math Diggory. Would he get flushed? There it is. That will also be the case.
Nice for Quick Math, should I say.
Nice.
It's another kill point for them. They're so close to the top 8. So close indeed. They're only like, I think they're only like 5 or 6 points behind Katana, and Katana have already lost a member, so it could really be prime opportunity. They're kind of going close to each other on the map. One thing we'll have to be aware of. What's this phase 3 going to do? Is it going to stay north? Is it going to shift down south? It's quite central, so outside of La Cabrera, it's kind of, outside of Oasis, there's a couple of compounds that are quite central, although they're low ground that these teams will want to kind of maybe look to position in. Most particularly, the one that Katana Azrin is actually heading to is definitely a good spot to hold on to. Tornado Energy realizing that they can't really change their position. They don't really need to change their position for now because they're by the side of the road. They can catch teams out looking to rotate from a lot of different directions between the north and the west, and they're looking to pop shots off in those directions.
LXG gives him a model of himself just to avoid.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm not sure of that.
Avoiding the point, but either way, LXG go out in 16th place. Not going to help their cause in their overall standings. What?
That's weird.
Wait. Okay. Yeah, that was a bug.
Yeah,
That was a bug.
there was a little bit of an issue. It's completely fine. So LXG is still
sorry,
there.
guys. Sorry, LXG is still going. My apologies. Didn't even. Yep. Sometimes got confused, but yeah, let's continue on as 55 players still going strong. There's a bit of a loot crate in center road. Don't think that'd be too clever for any of these players to go for. As a Rewop and 3D Max quite close to each other. Inside the circles, InsideGames hold on to the northeast side of this circle, making their way through. There's HeartShift there. You got actually HeartShift split up in a 3-1 split. Kowo is kind of more inside the Oasis, and then you got the 3 other members in the edge circle. So that could possibly go against HeartShift, but having that scout isn't the worst thing in the world. Able to communicate, able to give information. So if Kowo spots out InsideGames, he'll be able to say to the rest of the team, "Hey guys, InsideGames are in this direction. Be careful."
Pilot, their compound that they had since earlier is completely out of circle. So they're going to have to do something. 3 teams lost around them. It's going to be LXG, Stella, and also Ferrari Breach. Ferrari Breach going to be doing a good job with them. Rita going to find a nice angle. Top of Moleman from Stella. Stella down to now, I believe, 2 more members. It's going to be Beamy and Kaz. They're going to try and ease and try and snake on through. But unfortunately, snaking on Miramar is not something that's that efficient. So they have a little bit of a dip, a little bit of terrain to work for them. They might be able to get to a better location, but it's still going to get a little bit tricky for them to pull off.
It's also going to be, it's going to be so tricky for DOS pilots because the second they peek too far, you got 2 or 3 teams ready to fire shots in their direction. You've got FBI, you've got 4 Angry Kids, and of course you've got those 2 members of Stellar. And there's also actually Unity that we can't disregard that are holding onto compound more on the central northern section of the circle. What's phase 4 going to show up? Is it going to go up north
Oasis.
once again? Is it going to stay down south? Oasis, La Cabrera, or is it just going to go central?
I'm sad.
Hey, edge of Oasis is on
a
there.
little bit of water. Give me the juice. I want the juice. Though CTR from DOS Pilot going to be taken down by Beamy, knocked away, not flushed, but Beamy actually going to get clashed back by Rita. And they're doing a great job, but yeah, Stella now is only 1 member. It's going to be Kaz. He did actually get a little bit closer to the road, so he might be out of trouble. But now, as you said it, if you do try and peek as DOS Pilot, you're going to get in a little bit of an angle of fire. LXG only still 2 members, just White and X team. They do try and get a little bit closer on personal. The 2-2 split gets back as a 4-man squad, and now DOS Pilot, they're going to try and maybe push down. They have the information on Just White. He took a few shots. So they've got to be a little bit careful. That high ground also can be really valuable to get back as a 2-2 split. They have the angle, they know exactly where it is. This is going to be the end of Just White. And he's going to get instantly taken out and flushed away by CTR. Extra point for DOS Pilot. That's what we said. They have to increase their average. They're on the path to success.
They're on the path to climbing their way up. And also, when you take out teams around you that are either below or behind you in the overall standings, that's helping your cause even more. Ferrari Breach and Quick Math coming together, but Ferrari Breach kind of coming into this Miramar game going, hey, we're going to knock people down left, right, and center. We don't give a damn who you are. They've gotten a good few knockdowns in their favor. As X Team, the final member of LXG, securing another knockdown onto 1 member of DOS Pilots. Lipsin does get taken out. Kaz from Cellar is still there inside blue zone.
Ferrari Breach, they're getting clapped.
Oh,
completely.
wow. Look at ctrkN popping off against Ferrari Breach, Maxon. Although he gets eliminated in 16th place by X team of LXG, which means those knockdowns are not going to be secured into points. They're not going to count as points, unfortunately, for DOS Pilots. However, 4 Angry Kids, they're facing off against Unity. Orange and Quizzy coming out with those knockdowns on the RonnieKray, another member of 4 Angry Kids. Although, Ferrari Breacher's there, ready to pop shots off. You have InsideGames around them, not afraid. Azazrin is going to get taken out by Melman from Tornado Energy.
Yeah, Tornado Energy a little bit scary. They got Katana, they got Unity, they got 4 Kids at the same location.
Yep.
They are getting a little bit of a 3-man and 4-man party. Stella gets eliminated in 15th position, 14 teams remaining. There's only 39 players. It's gone down really quickly on this northern shift on Miramar. Now the high ground for Unity can be pretty valuable, but in the distance you still got one pop from Tornado that can be pretty efficient. He is prone down. He does have that smoke, trying to hide his location. He's going to go for the buggy move here to try and just sneak away from this location. But yeah, it's just a little bit too high uphill, so he can't actually use that car to get back to the safety of his ally. It's actually really fast. So Mailman actually got away from Compot, found a one-man compound for himself. So Compot now on his own is going to be pretty scary for him to make it through. But though Katana, they did lose Max as well, knocked away. Tok going to be remaining on his own. They're on the really tippity top of the mountain here. So maybe a res could happen, but no, he's just going to go and try and play aggressive on this one, which I do like. So look at that, the end of 400 kids getting taken out of the picture by the likes of Unity. Unity completely popping off and still has a 4-man squad on this mountain. They're doing a huge amount of work picking fight after fight, Imperium. YMCA coming out, 3-man party on top of Katana. Nah, that's left, right, a little bit of a Jimbo Jambo, but yeah, that's going to be the end.
Dance, my dude, dance. Nope. The only place you're dancing to is your grave. As Katana get eliminated in 13th place. YMCA, Unity popping off against each other. Also EduCoz from Ferrari Breach. Not afraid to get those knockdowns. Secure now going to score the kill onto Orange, leaving just one member of Unity left going strong, which is, of course, Snoopy. He's got 1 kill. Unity have done a great job to get 7 kills so far in this game, fighting against the edge of the circle. It is phase 5 circle, so it's going to do a lot of tick damage. As we do see 3D Max securing kills under Reebok. Oh, he's been spotted out at the hands of YMCA. So that's going to be Unity getting taken out. But at the end of the day, they got 7 kills, which means 7 kill points. Not going to be the worst game in the world.
They found a worthy opponent on the top of that mountain. YMCA coming out on top. Now, 3D Max, they are just looking at that compound from last round Rewop. They want to get involved. They're going to go for the compound of Rewop here. Going to try and breach it on the west section. Quick Math and InsideGames, they're on the very, very edge of the eastern circle here towards the likes of Oasis.
And it's just Diggory and Jubzig that's left standing for Quick Math. So it's a bit of a 3v2 situation for in the favor of InsideGames, should I say. But there's also Milky Way there. There's also HeartShift also in the background. So you kind of got 4 squads on the edge of the circle, very close to each other. But Quick Math did well to get into it. And there's also YMCA down the southeasterly side as well, looking in the direction of Quick Math.
One thing that I'm really liking is LXG, the last member. X team is still remaining. He's getting lasered down by 3D Max in the distance, though Noki going to take quite a hit as he's trying to storm on through. We do lose LXG in 11th position. Now Rewop, they're going to be trying to pick this fight as a 3-on-3 skirmish with the forces of 3D Max. They're going to try and once again get this compound that is in circle. He's very on the edge, so he might not be in the next phase, but it's still valuable for now on 3D Max, so they've got to try and do something. Noki, Solo going to try.
You know what's really interesting is that no team has in any way headed towards the center circle. It does make sense because the center circle is all flat ground, it's all by the road, but there's still nobody in any way going near to the center circle as 3D Max popping off against Rewop. Put down to 2 members. Fine gets knocked down. Ewong, the only one that's left standing. What can he do for his side? 3D Max, this French masterclass of a team, pulled in strong performance after performance throughout this phase 3 contenders. As we get to the closing stages of this Group A, looking pretty damn good as E1 gets a knockdown on the Solar. Surprise attack coming through, trying to keep the hopes and dreams of Rewop alive with that M4. Has 20 rounds in that clip, looking to reload. Yes, indeed, reload. The peak comes through from Noki, changes with the red dot. Can he secure it? No. But he's still at full health. Noki now down the round. It comes through, and 3D Max get eliminated by Rewop. Ewon, absolutely fantastic job coming out from him. I thought that was 3D Max's. They were easily going to get that, but
that was their fight to win.
Knockdown. Wow.
Ewon played so well. I still don't get why would you jump in front of the door there? I think that was a little bit too risky. So got behind the crate. He had a crate. There was invisibility. Could have got behind that. But I think that's a little bit of a misplay on the side, and 3D Max then out in 10th position. Still the fight of InsideGames and Quick Math going to be happening. Mercury in the distance there. All these teams now on the eastern side, they're not in circle. They have to shift. They got a nice open area to go through. So the first teams that try and rotate, they might get in a little bit of a pickle. Especially the likes of InsideGames. It seems like Pixel is going to be the one trying to make it through. YMCA, they are always getting involved as HeartShift getting taken out of the picture in now 9th position. Now in the top 8. Every extra position is extra points on your time. So that's what now that we're going to try and look for.
Exactly, and that's going to be important for the likes of Quick Math. It's going to be important for the likes of course, Rewop. You still have Ferrari Breach, one member going strong. Melman from Tornado Energy is still going strong. The knockdown onto Sampula puts YMCA under a little bit more pressure, aka skills from last crew. Throwing out that frag grenade. They're still a 4-man squad as well. Man, last crew are having a good day so far. Muck gets a knockdown on the Juptek. Kajudi from YMCA secures the kill onto Pixelix, putting InsideGames down to 2 players in the final moments of the game. Although Quick Math get taken out in 8th place, putting us down to 7 players. Odstrelovac knocks down Sampula. Ostring from Milky Way joins in on the fun to secure the kill onto Seniks. As InsideGames do get eliminated. Not before Odstrelovac was able to secure a kill onto Sampula, as Jappy from last crew getting the job done and securing that squad wipe on the Milky Way.
That was great performance from them. That nice flank on the side from Jappy was everything in that skirmish. YMCA once again. InsideGames and Quick Math, they were just between so many teams.
Yep.
And especially when you rotate out of circle, it's going to be harsh for them to make on through. Now, YMCA and last crew, I think that's going to be the next fight. We're looking for Rewop, 1 member, Tornado Energy, 1 member, Ferrari Breach, 1 member. There's going to be a 4 no, actually, no.
4v4, v1,
a 3v4, v1, v1, v1. A lot of ones there. And it just shift away from the full squad.
Oh, yeah, because I'm not going to lie, I didn't even notice EduCoz there. Sorry, my apologies. Wow. Hey, credit where credit is due. He's put his team into a place and point standing point of view where, as I said, for the likes of Ferrari Breach, every single point counts, as it does for Rewop. Because when you look at the overall standings, like Ferrari Breach are 14th, Rewop are 12th. Every single team around them, 4 Angry Kids, Stellar, DOS Pilots, they've all been eliminated with little to no points. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be very important that they take advantage of this situation.
Yeah, you also have a road that has to be crossed by last crew. First member didn't make it through, that was AK Skills. Yeah. Now the rest of the team needs to follow. A few smokes were popped to just give them a little bit of a defensive position to use against the likes of YMCA because they know YMCA is there. The vehicles here are great to use, also gives you extra cover now that they set up. They don't have to do like these big rotations anymore. And you can see the YMCA, they're trying to lurk in the shadows. Actually switching position was the last position of last crew, which is surprising, really high up north. But now they're going to try and close on through. Once again, 3 teams, there's only 1 member. It's going to be Ewang for Rewop, EduCoz for Ferrari Breach, and Mailman from Tornado Energy.
Now, good thing for EduCoz, he's been able to pick himself up a clean level 3 helmet just to keep his hopes and dreams alive for his team. If you get the opportunity to take the juicy loot crate items, go for it. As Ewang, the 1 member of Rewop, he's not inside circle. That's one thing that we must be aware of. He's just on the edge outside. A couple more steps, so to speak, will put him inside circle, but he's afraid that, like, as he edges a couple more steps, he could be exposing himself. But now, Kajudi from YMCA popping shots off in the direction of last crew. Not quite connecting with that SLR. Unfortunately, the low ground of YMCA and the protection of those vehicles are helping them a little bit, as last crew do have the high ground. So this is a 4v3 squad fight, allowing the 3 one-man teams just to kind of stay where they are, possibly look to take advantage, as we're going to see this phase 8 pop through. Is it going to stay south? Is it going to go north? It's actually more central in the favor of Melman and EduCoz.
Going to be in favor of them. It wasn't in favor of YMCA as that high ground, as you just mentioned. 4v3. They do have a nice location, especially AK Skills. I'm pretty sure they didn't have the information. Here it is. Rip finds an angle, just get nicely headshots on through. Going to be able to knock down Jappy and Sakura on both respective sides. Going to be turning it now into a 3v2 on the side of last crew. 1 member remaining is going to be Turbo Banani. Doesn't quite find some damage on AK Skills, and now just as a full 3-man squad, they're going to go on through. Pretty easy fight there at the end, as they only have to take him on his own. YMCA eliminated now in 5th position. Now 4 teams. It's going to be turned. They do get normally the best back down on Jappy. It's going to be turned into a 4v1, v1, v1.
Yeah, Rewop, Ewang is able to survive a little bit further. Melman from Tornado Energy being taken out. We're down to 3 teams. It is, of course, a 4v1, v1 indeed. if E1 can secure that kill onto EduCoz, it will of course put Rewop in second place in this game and secure another kill.
Uh-oh.
But no, he gets caught out by EduCoz, who's prone down, and Rewop get eliminated in third place.
Is he going to go put himself in the blue zone, or is he going to pick that fight with Last Crew? Seems like he wants to pick that fight.
Yeah,
That's just good for Last Crew because we talked about it earlier. They need them points. Give me the juice. Give me them sustenance as they're going to try and close up. They have a nice 2-2 split. Find where EduCoz is located. Now they can just try and lurk in the shadows, find him. Does get one knocked on top of Mark. Does find almost another one. Does almost get Dappy. Not quite, unfortunately. Does get Rip in the process. He got 2 members knocked away, almost a third, but it's not quite enough from EduCoz or Ferrari Breach. That's going to be Last Crew. Great performance. I remember the two first days, they were in 15th position, and now this is what we got. Last Crew popping off.
Popping off indeed. 2 strong games, 2 strong frag out performances coming out from them. It was a weird Miramar game, I felt, because as I said, there was no real locations in the center circle as you got through the phases that these teams could occupy. So there was a lot more third partying going on than we normally see in Miramar. At one point I was kind of thinking, is this Sandhawk or is this Miramar? Because we saw that between Milky Way, InsideGames, Quick Math, and Last Crew, there's like 4 teams, and even HeartShift.
Yeah, even HeartShift.
It was absolutely crazy towards the end. And part of that, what came down to the fact those circles were just a little bit crazier than usual in Miramar.
Yeah, all the scrims in the world cannot prepare you to these kind of scenarios.
Something like that.
Doesn't quite happen that often. Yeah, Milky Way, they lost DP and Mans because they were getting gatekeep by the likes of then Katana. And then Washout, they lost their first member pretty early on against DOS Pilot. A little bit unfortunate. That wheel, once again, perfect to aim on that when you have a car move happening in the distance. Stella, a team that I think has the hardest shift when they rotated. They got like 4 to 5 teams at the same time. They were going to get taken out of the picture. They did have like position like around 14th. And a little bit unfortunate on their side, unfortunately. And yeah, DOS Pilot, they just stayed in the blue zone a little bit too long. They couldn't really do much to deal with that, unfortunately, because once again, there were so many teams in that area. Getting in circle was insanely hard. It
was like they had a nice kind of center position, but then when they shifted more north, they just got kind of pinched. That was tough stuff for them, as Unity did as much as they could. They were on 6, 7. As I said, I think they got 8 or 9 kills before they did get eliminated at the hands of YMCA, who finished in 4th place.
Standings? They were in top 5. We'll check over all the standings. But yeah, like this is a prime example of when we say high ground is key. The high ground is key there. That's what we're looking for. I want to see if we're going to see that move where see that last member of 3D Max actually jumping over. Yeah, you're going to see you have like a crate you could have actually used. But there, Solar getting that knock on fine. Did flush it out later on too. But here it is. Like, are we going to see E1 get the knocky? I think we're going to see the move here. It is like you had a crate, you could have gone for safe rotation behind it. How do you think?
No, because that crate was in the part behind it, so he would have had to have exited to get to the box. The biggest thing for it's hard to explain, but the biggest thing for E1 that got him that squad wipe was that he tracked the steps that 3D Max were taking. That's what he did. He tracked the steps, so he repositioned where he felt and knew that Nocky was, and that's what helped secure the squad wipe.
As Last Crew at the end, they just had 3 teams as a one-man army. It was just going to be a pretty straight-up cleanup. Though, not going to lie, but EduCoz got 2 knocks away, almost got a third. If we would just have like connected 1 or 2 extra bullets, that could have been everything for Ferrari Breach to just steal that win away 1v4.
But now we look at the placement positions from this game in Miramar. Stellar, 4 Angry Kids. 2 teams that needed a point. Got 0 points. HeartShift, Katana, Quick Math. Also did kind of need much more points, but still got into points positions with, surprisingly, 3D Max and Milky Way finishing in the bottom 8.
Yeah, in the bottom 8. Unfortunately, as Last Crew, 21 points on their side, 11 kills. That was huge for them. I got to also give props, Crocs. I'm not going to give them Crocs. I'm going to give them props. As Unity in 5th position, they got 0 positioning points, but 7 kills because they picked so many finds against the likes of Tornado Energy, Katana, everything.
Also, DOS Pilots, you know, even though they went out early, they got 5 kill points. It could have been more if they had secured those kills before being taken out, but it was always tough. At the end of the day, they got, again, their average is about 3 points per game. It's above their average. It's going to be 14 points in 2 games. Good push for them.
Here it is, the head-to-head of Last Crew versus YMCA.
Yeah.
Last Crew 11 kills with 1.2k damage. That conversion rate is actually excellent on their side. I'm heavily like, wow, that is great from Last Crew. And then once again, 21 points on their side. YMCA, they got to that late game. They struggled a little bit. They actually like changed position with Last Crew, which I think was a little bit like interesting on what that decision making was behind that move. Here it is, the kill leaders. Muck with 6 kills of Last Crew. He was just directing every single offensive. He's the one man that was always starting those fights.
And honestly, now I'm thinking it's a top 6 that have secured their spot because Last Crew have got their second chicken dinner of Phase 3. They've had 2 strong performances. Of course, we won't see the placement finishes until after the break. Either way, Odstrelovac from InsideGames dominating the damage kill feed, followed by EduCoz, Muck, and Millman.
EduCoz, half of his damage was just that last move against Last Crew, almost getting 3 knocks away. There it is, Muck from Last Crew. Once again, 655 damage as a one-man army against Odstrelovac. Odstrelovac also getting 5 knocks, 3 kills, and actually Muck taking a lot of kills away and didn't knock away. What is that, just stealing those kills? But those 2 players, once again, key performances today, and let's hope and see they have another performance like that on the second Miramar game of the day, because, we have 2 Miramar games. That was an awesome first Miramar.
Hey,
Shifter was not that common. But
it was just weird. It's not that it wasn't awesome. It was just weird.
Yeah, it's just weird. Let's hope we can have a little bit more of a normal Miramar game. We'll see you back in just a few short minutes.